So last time we saw where our hero Bilbo Baggins was. They managed to get themselves through a forest, got saved by the Deus Ex Machina eagles, and they saw eventually where the mountain was and saying, "Hey, we are pretty close to it." They know it's a thrush, and they think that this thrush is a good omen. Lo and behold, it goes and communicates with Smaug, and we see a portion of him, his eye being revealed. So how does it fare now that after 12 years I am now re-seeing the Desolation of Smaug? This one is still really gosh darn good. I liked most stuff about this one. Like continuing our way to the mountain, our heroes go through quite a journey. All 13 dwarves. Let's see, Bimley, we got Thorn, we got Kiwi, we got Leewee, we got a whole bunch of other ones that in the first one we cared about, but the second one, I just didn't. Most people, when I read saying, hey, we like the adventure, we just didn't really care about the dwarves that much, and I have to agree. Outside of the one that falls in love with the made for this movie Archer Tariel, Thorn, and maybe another one of the dwarves that gets injured. Other than that, I really just didn't feel any connection to them. But I'm just like, well, we're here. We are here more for seeing Bilbo, as he gets himself. It's like it's his show for a while. Very specifically, when the rest of the dwarves are captured, puts the ring on, becomes invisible, and goes after the spiders, and manages to pretty much just strike one of them. We hear the spider say, "Ow, that stings!" And we look at his spider and said, "Sting. That's a good name for a blade. Heck yes, it is." And yes, he comes out to rescue all the dwarves from the elf prisons, and I'm like, yes, this is why I want to see more of I want to see more adventures having to do with our hero. And Freeman really does get to show off his comedic chops. What I liked especially was when he's trying to get himself to go through the what's the word, depository, I guess, where all the empty wine barrels are. And I was like, hey, man, to get all 13 dwarves out. However, when he's trying to go and he's like trying to get it to jump boing, 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 manages to just say, okay, here comes the lever, goes down. I don't know, it just seemed like for a while, it felt like the better paced performance from Freeman, which made me feel good. It's like, and of course this movie really increases the action. That's what I liked about the first one. Was about exploration, getting to know everything. This one was just amplifying the action, very specifically when they're going through the forest, of course, and when they're going through, and it's like even when they're traveling down the river, I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, this is still just as good, minus the helmet cameras and the shaky cams and everything else that has this one still holds up pretty gosh darn good. The barrel riding is just so much fun. You know how they eliminate all the orcs and everything. It's just so good. I mean, just heading down, I'm like, so just I love that scene. I mean, even when it's like even when getting into the mine, like towards what was that, the ocean town. I mean, that's when things start to slow down though, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. Here comes Dale. And I'm like, oh yeah. For me and other reviewers saying, yeah, we had a really good first as heck fun act, but then it just slows down once they reach the lake town, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to hear about the politics of this way, way too long for it. Like Dale, he's trying to be like the hero of the town, the common man trying to stick up for them and everything. It's like, yes, I understand. That's freaking fantastic and all. And I'm not blaming Luke Evans who plays him. It's just, I mean, he does a fine job, okay? But it's this, the politics is just, it's duller than dishwasher and a doorbell. I just didn't need it. I really, really, really could have cut out so much of that crap. It's just, I don't know, just going on and on with the effeminate town mayor or whatever it was, and how he always gets the money and everything from the townspeople. It's just stupid. Okay, the scenes where all the dwarves are emerging from the toilet, from the loo or whatever, that was funny. And they got in the bald one and says, "You better not speak of this to anyone." That was funny. So I guess that could be technically a reverse crud. I don't know. I'm trying to make us some joke, but I don't really have anything. But it was just so. You have to be in the right mood for that style of humor. But yes, that is really funny. Dad, why are there dwarves coming out of our toilet or whatever that was? But yeah, I don't know. It really just gets bogged down during like that rough hour. So it's just so banal. I just didn't like it. But of course, when their heroes eventually make their way into the mountains, like they're wondering, like this is supposed to be on the last light of Durin's day when they're going to put the key in the keyhole. They're looking for it. They feel very dejected. Ultimately, it's not like dusk. It's not like the dusk of the sun, but the moonlight. Technically, that is the last one. Boom, there it is. They go inside, and yes, we just get to see what you've all been waiting for. Freaking Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug is just so fantastic. When Bilbo's down there just having amazing conversations with Smaug as Bilbo's looking for the Arkenstone that unites all 7 of the dwarven people, groups, whatever. Oh, it's just so great. I'm just like, I want more. Just the way how he looks, intimidating. He just speaks with just such regality of like just how big of a dragon this mother effer is. It's just so. Oh, it goes on for a little bit, and I'm like, this is what I wanted to see. It is so worth it to see this 100-foot-ish dragon. I guess I don't know how big he is, but he's a freaking this is a massive dragon. The dwarves do everything that they can. There's a lot of kineticism in this movement, in their movements. Trying to get all the furnaces restarted, trying to freaking cover the dragon and everything, but ultimately it doesn't work because he says, "I am something. I am death." He's even stated in the beginning. It's like, my teeth. What does he say? My teeth are spears, my claws are swords, my wings a hurricane. I mean, just the baritone, octave to it is so great. It's like eventually he's saying, even though they did everything that they could, he's about to go and just wreak havoc on Lake Town. And you could feel the desperation. Even though they did everything they could, lo and behold, there's going to be some bad shit going on. So yeah. And at the very end it says, "Oh no, what have we done?" But yeah, and Gandalf, of course, he was going to go and look, see like, hey, they know it's a necromancer, and we actually get to see the power of Saruman, not just in an eye form. We actually get to see him cause havoc. This is what I wanted. Yes, we actually get to see him like take care of Thorin's father. We get to see him pretty much just make this beta version of Gandalf feel wimpy and everything else, and it just works so good. I'm like, yes, this is the necromancer to bring the people back from the dead. You know, resuscitate them, revitalize them. And I'm like, this is what I want. We get to see a nice journey. I mean, even, yes, we see the Nazgul being resurrected, how they're buried in a place so dark that no sunlight will ever penetrate it. Radagast wants to go in with Gandalf, but said, no, don't go. So, I don't know, it just works well. But the politics are just so boring. It's just too much time is just spent on that rather than just going to the dang mountain, you know? So, unfortunately, that does bog it down. Yes, it improves on some stuff at the same time. He just introduced this movie is just saw the extended version. It's 3 hours long. Honestly, this movie really could have been 2 hours at the most. You can just cut out a lot of the boring stuff in Dale and just focus more on the action adventure. It's really been a freaking phenomenal film. I mean, I still like this, but just that alone really brought it down. So yeah, do I recommend that you watch the Desolation of Smaug? Yes, I do.